You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're not genetically wired for failure. You're just operating on outdated biology, and it's destroying your potential. Every morning you open your eyes and the battle begins. Why can't I think straight? Why does everything feel like a fight? Why do some people seem to have endless energy while I'm already exhausted? And here's what nobody tells you. It's not willpower, it's neurochemistry. Your brain is a prediction machine, and every morning it's making calculations about your entire day. So today, I'm breaking down the exact morning system that reprograms your nervous system, optimizes your hormones, and turns your biology into your advantage. Because when you align with how your body actually works, resistance disappears. Here's the truth that science has proven over and over. The first 90 minutes after you wake up determine your cognitive performance for the next 16 hours. Neuroscientists call this the neural priming window. Miss it and you're fighting uphill all day. Capture it and everything gets easier. I'm going to walk you through 5 scientifically backed habits that exploit this window. Not theory, not motivation, pure biological leverage. And by the end of this, you'll understand exactly why your mornings have been failing you and how to fix it permanently. Most people wake up and stay in dim light for hours. Then they wonder why their brain feels foggy. Here's what's actually happening. Your suprachiasmatic nucleus, a cluster of 20,000 neurons in your hypothalamus, controls your circadian rhythm. It needs bright light within 10 minutes of waking to set your cortisol rhythm correctly. Without it, your body doesn't know it's daytime. Melatonin lingers, your internal clock drifts, and by 2 p.m., you're crashing because your biology is confused. Stanford neuroscientist Andrew Huberman's research shows that getting sunlight for just 5 to 10 minutes increases cortisol by 50% at the right time, boosts dopamine baseline by 20%, and synchronizes every cell in your body. So here's the protocol. Within 10 minutes of waking, get outside. No sunglasses, no windows, direct sunlight hitting your retinas. Cloudy day? Stay out for 15 minutes. Winter? 20 minutes. Can't go outside? Get near the brightest window in your house and face it. This single action sets your cortisol peak at the right time, which means better focus now and better sleep tonight. Your brain is a light-sensitive machine. Feed it the signal it's been waiting for, because the people who master their circadian rhythm don't need coffee to wake up. Their biology does it for them. 90% of people drink coffee within 15 minutes of waking up, and they're sabotaging their entire day. Here's why. When you first wake up, cortisol is naturally surging. It peaks between 30 and 45 minutes after you open your eyes. This is free energy, nature's espresso shot. But when you drink coffee during this cortisol spike, you're doing 3 destructive things. You're blocking adenosine receptors when adenosine is still low, which means you build tolerance faster. You're adding synthetic stimulation on top of natural stimulation, which causes jitteriness and anxiety, and you're training your body to depend on external caffeine instead of its own cortisol rhythm. Research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology found that consuming caffeine during peak cortisol times reduces its effectiveness by up to 30%. You're literally wasting your coffee and weakening your natural energy system. So here's the move. Wait 90 to 120 minutes after waking before your first sip. Let your cortisol do its job. Then, when your cortisol starts to dip mid-morning, that's when caffeine hits like it's supposed to. You'll feel the difference immediately. Smooth energy, no crash, no 3 p.m. collapse. Your sleep quality improves because you're not fighting your natural rhythm. Most people are addicted to the ritual, not the caffeine. Break the ritual. Respect the biology. Your nervous system has 2 modes, sympathetic, which is alert and active, and parasympathetic, which is rest and digest. Most people wake up stuck in parasympathetic mode, which is why they feel slow and unmotivated. Cold exposure is the fastest way to flip the switch. When cold water hits your skin, your body releases a massive surge of norepinephrine, the neurotransmitter responsible for focus and alertness. Studies show that cold exposure increases norepinephrine by 200 to 300%. It also spikes dopamine by 60%, which lasts for hours. This isn't about toughness, it's about biology. Here's the protocol. End your shower with 2 minutes of cold water, as cold as you can tolerate. Focus on your breathing. Slow inhales, slow exhales. This trains your prefrontal cortex to stay calm under stress, which directly improves your ability to focus during hard tasks. Can't do a full cold shower? Start with 30 seconds on your face and neck. The mammalian dive reflex will still activate, slowing your heart rate and increasing mental clarity. Do this every single morning and watch what happens. Your stress tolerance increases, your baseline dopamine rises, your willpower feels automatic. Cold isn't the enemy. Comfort is, because greatness lives on the other side of what's easy, and the people who do hard things in the morning do hard things all day. Your brain is 60% fat, but it runs on glucose and amino acids. When you wake up, you've been fasting for 8 hours. Your glycogen is depleted, your amino acid pool is low. If you don't refuel correctly, your body starts breaking down muscle tissue for energy. This is why people feel weak and unfocused in the morning. But here's the key. You don't need sugar. You need protein. Protein does 4 critical things. It provides amino acids that synthesize neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. It stabilizes blood glucose so you don't crash. It triggers muscle protein synthesis, which preserves lean mass. And it increases thermogenesis, meaning you burn more calories just digesting it. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who ate 30 grams of protein at breakfast had 25% better focus, 30% less hunger throughout the day, and improved body composition over 12 weeks. Here's the target: 30 to 40 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking. Eggs, Greek yogurt, protein shake, chicken breast, whatever fits your preference. This isn't a suggestion, it's a requirement if you want sustained energy. Carbs give you a spike, protein gives you a foundation. Most people eat like they're trying to fail. Cereal, toast, pastries, pure sugar with no structural support. Then they blame their genetics when they can't focus by 11 a.m. You're not broken, you're just malnourished. Feed your brain like it's the most valuable asset you own, because it is. Brain has a cognitive rhythm. Peak mental performance happens in the first 2 to 4 hours after waking. Neuroscientist Daniel Levitin calls this the peak cognitive window. During this time, your prefrontal cortex is fully activated. Working memory is optimized. Distractions have less pull. This is when you should be doing your hardest, most important work. But what do most people do? They check email. They scroll social media. They respond to messages. They do shallow, reactive work that any version of themselves could do. And by the time they try to do deep work, their peak window is gone. Their brain is fragmented. Their willpower is drained. Research from Cal Newport's work on deep work shows that knowledge workers who protect their first 2 hours for cognitively demanding tasks produce 3 times more output than those who start with shallow work. Here's the rule: no email, no meetings, no messages for the first 2 hours. Only deep work. The project that scares you, the task you've been avoiding, the thing that actually moves the needle. Turn off notifications, close all tabs, put your phone in another room. Single task like your future depends on it, because it does. The world will try to steal your attention the moment you wake up. Protect it like it's the most valuable thing you own, because it is. Shallow work is infinite. Deep work is finite. Spend your best hours on your best work, and watch how fast your life changes. Let's be clear, these aren't just habits. This is a system. Light exposure sets your circadian clock. Delayed caffeine respects your cortisol rhythm. Cold exposure activates your nervous system. Protein fuels your brain. Deep work captures your peak window. Each habit amplifies the next. They compound. And here's what happens when you run this system for 30 days. Your sleep quality improves because your circadian rhythm is locked in. Your energy becomes predictable because your hormones are optimized. Your focus sharpens because your brain is properly fueled. Your stress resilience increases because you're training it every morning. Your output multiplies because you're working during your peak cognitive window.
This isn't motivation, this is biology. You're not fighting against yourself anymore, you're working with your design. And the best part? You stop needing willpower. The system runs on autopilot. Discipline becomes identity. You become the person who does these things, not the person trying to do these things. Your morning is the only time of day that's fully yours. No meetings, no emergencies, no one asking for your attention. It's the one window where you can build the life you actually want instead of reacting to the life that's handed to you. These 5 habits aren't about being perfect. They're about being intentional. They're about using science to eliminate resistance. And if you're ready to stop fighting your biology and start leveraging it, comment "I'm ready" and subscribe to the Inspire Path, because this is where transformation happens, one morning at a time. Let's build.